Hi, I'm Rick at Rick Turns, and today's video is... I am ready to start on the handle. Ooh. Yeah, made a nice new groove in my sawbuck. All right, this is good. This is what I've got for turning the handle. All right, first thing I'm going to do is take it down to about 2 inches in diameter all the way along. Pretty bumpy. So next thing I'm going to do is just smooth that down some. Now this is going to be the tool end. This is going to be the butt end. Got to drill a 5/8 inch hole right down in there. 3 inches deep. And that's as far as I'm going to go with this bit. All right, get that down there real tight. Gonna move this all the way in. And that is about 3 1/4, so that is plenty deep enough for what I want. Next step, the ferrule. Now this piece of copper pipe is what I'll be using for a ferrule. It's gonna go right in there. It's nice and large. I prefer the large ferrules. It gives you more wood around the piece, and so it's going to go right there. I've got my calipers here set a little bit larger than the inside diameter of this, because I want to sneak up on it once I get there, rather than get it too small. I have to shorten it, so, and I don't want to do that. All right, I have a cone center here. Boing. That's about 1100 RPM. And now I'm just going to be using a skew here for the peeling cut. And now, what will be the first of many sizings. Yeah. Okay, I'm right on the outside diameter. Yeah, too loose. Yeah, doesn't matter how much care I take. All right, I'm going to put some epoxy on here, and it's got enough room to fill in the gap there, I think. And then once that epoxy sets, I'll bring it back to the lathe and work on it. Finish up the shaping and everything else with it. All right. All right. I've got this piece epoxied in there, and I've got a really solid fit there. I'm happy with that. That's good. So now I'm just going to turn this down to shape. It's a little bit large. Not too bad, but just a little bit large. I'm going to cut it down a little smaller, round over this, then I'll have to work on the base there. Going to be doing this with my skew, my large skew. That's about 1350 right there. Whoa, sloppy work. Alrighty, just going to use my skew for this as well. All right, and that feels suitably smooth, but not too smooth, which is exactly what I want. Well, you might think I'm almost done, and I am almost done, but I'm going to do one more thing here before I finish up the bottom here, and that is I want to drill a 2 or 3 inch hole down through the wood here at about 1 inch in diameter. Let's see where 3 inches will be. Right about here. I've got a 1 inch drill bit here. Yeah, this is about 2.5 inches here, so that's how deep I'm going to go. 2.5 inches right there. 1 inch drill bit. And the reason is this handle needs a counterweight. It's going to have a long piece of heavy steel up on this end right here. It really needs a counterweight. You don't have to have that, of course, but I like to put counterweights in all my handles to kind of make it balance a little bit bigger, a little bit better. Okay, let me see here. There we go. All right. I am right in there. Okay, I'm ready to go. And that's pretty close. That's about 250 RPM. That's as fast as I'm going to go. Going to drill to the length of that drill bit. And then what I'm going to do is fill that hole up with lead shot and cap it with a wood plug. And now, just to round off the end here, got a cone center in here. And there we have it. Now, I need to turn a plug for this. All right, that hole I cut in there, well, I got some lead shot here. See if I can get a good close up of that. And I just spilled some on the floor. Yeah, great. And I'm gonna pour this in. You can get lead shot at a gun store. I think I bought this one on eBay though. I want to get as much in there as I can. Let me see how far down that's going to fit. Okay, I got a little more I can put in there. Tiny bit more. I wanted to get a good bit of weight on this end. As I said, it's a counterweight. Okay, good. Now, I've got some epoxy here that I've already poured in there and I haven't mixed up yet. It's 5-minute epoxy, so I better hurry up. And first of all, I'm gonna dribble a big wad of epoxy down into the end there. And hopefully that will just keep the lead shot from moving around. And now I'm going to take this and put a good bit of epoxy on here, which will be pushed out as soon as I put it in the top there. Put a little more epoxy around here and put this in right there. I'm going to tap it in just lightly with a hammer here. I could really whack it in there, but it would probably split the wood. Once this epoxy sets up, I am going to have, well, almost finished too. I'm going to put it down here, just hit a couple of more times, and I'm going to clamp it with that end down so that the epoxy will flow back down into the space right around the plug that I put in there, which was tapered, and I forgot to taper the hole that I cut in there, so hey. Well, you can't remember everything, and in my case, it's hard to remember anything. All right, now I just need to turn off this little stub here, just to make it look a little bit better. It's not gonna add or detract from the functionality. So here we go. And I will take that off with a chisel. Almost done here. So I've got some epoxy here. This shaft is going to go in here along with some epoxy. I've taken a file and just scrubbed a few little marks in here, hopefully to give the epoxy a little bit more grip on that slick metal. So here we go. So some epoxy I will put inside the hole like this. Just right at the top, it'll get pushed down all the way. And let's see, a little more in there. And other epoxy down at the foot of the shaft here. And now, I've got a 3-inch mark right there. Perfect, right on. And there we have it. As soon as that epoxy dries, this sucker will be ready to use, almost. I haven't put any finish on here, but I think I'll just do that right now real quick. There is my walnut oil. I'm not concerned about a fine finish on this. It is a tool handle. I don't want it to be slippery, glossy, anything like that. All right. Just gonna let that glue dry. Let that walnut oil set up, and I'll be ready to go. All done here. I am ready to put the bed in. And here we go. There we go. Boy, I was beginning to think I'd made another dumb mistake. And now the set screw. All right, nice and tight. And hey, this termite tool, it's ready to go. I'm ready to use it. But that's going to be another video.